Hey guys, Bipsby2 here, and welcome back to my third Little Nightmares 3 news video that I think I've made. Now, you guys have absolutely loved my theory videos that I have been doing recently, and I can't thank you guys enough for that. Like, it really does mean a lot that you guys still continue to watch, support, like, comment, subscribe to me even on like all of my news video, even though they're not as good as my theories, and it really makes me happy. So that's making me question, do you guys like the theories more, or do you guys like the news videos and the recaps that I tend to do whenever I have enough information? But yeah, this is probably the most heavy news video, and probably the last news video that I'll be doing for quite a long time. Well, for Little Nightmares 3 anyway. If Little Nightmares 4 gets announced, I could bring this series back, of course I could. As well as obviously the theories, but we'll try to make more theories closer to the release of Little Nightmares 3, as this is basically what this video is all about. So, the first piece of news I'm going to start off with is the fact that the Little Nightmares YouTooz have been released. So first we're going to start off by looking at the figure of 6. So, as you can see right here, there's Mono and 6 both standing. 6, we're going to focus on 6 for now. So 6 is holding a key, and she looks incredible. She looks so iconic, and she looks absolutely amazing. You can also see the box art on the back, and it's the janitor's bedroom. She's holding the key. You know, her bangs are in the way, covering her face like Little Nightmares fashion, and she's also standing on a wood floorboard. That's probably just to keep the YouTooz figures standing so they don't fall over, because obviously they're small children, so they don't have much balance, especially with the figure, and their heads are really big, so they'll just fall over. But yeah, she looks exactly like 6, and she looks absolutely incredible. She is my favourite figure out of the two. Now we're going to have a look at the Mono figure on the left hand side here. So we're going to start off with the box art. So we can see the wilderness in the background, just a very nice detail. And yeah, just look at Mono. He looks incredible. I feel like the bag colour could have been a bit, like, a shade a bit lighter brown, maybe. Or it could have been like more outlines to make him more look like a bag and not a box. But, you know, it still looks absolutely incredible. He's wielding his axe like he did in the school in Chapter 2. And yeah, they both just look absolutely amazing. I really do love them both. But yeah, we've had a look at the box art of both of them. We've had a look at the figures. So now we're going to have a quick look at the plushies. First, we're going to have a look at the 6 plushie. So, I can admit, I think this one looks a bit goofy and a bit bland. I think it's because of the triangle-shaped head. But, you know, it's going to be very hard to... And unless, you know, it's not a triangle-shaped head, and, like, we haven't seen, like, the back, or the side, sorry, of the plushie yet. So, you know, maybe the sides of it looks more 3D like it does in the YouTooz figure. But it's all in all, it looks amazing. They've captured all the iconic details of 6, her bangs, her sad expression, you know, the what would you call them, the buttons on her raincoat. She just looks amazing. Now we're going to move on to my favourite plushie, and probably my favourite thing out of this whole collab, which is the Mono plushie. Oh my god, he looks amazing, doesn't he? He looks incredible. Like, I really, really, really do love the green tint on the trench coat. I think it's a bit more emphasized, and I do like that. But yeah, we've got the buttoned up pants that he's got there as well. The shade of brown is exactly the correct color. You know, they've even got the YouTooz eyes in there as well. I just think he looks amazing. He looks really, really good, and as a matter of fact, I have ordered all of these. It did cost a pretty penny, but, you know, it was worth it. That's not it for the YouTooz news, though, as I'm pretty sure they'll probably be doing a second one of this if this collab does really well. So make sure, if you guys do have any extra money and you love Little Nightmares, make sure you go support this as much as you can, because we probably get some more in the future, such as I'd imagine the next ones would be Low and Alone. I could also see a Runaway Kids, Runaway Kids, Raincoat Girl, maybe even the characters from the Little Nightmares do comics, so the Lollipop Kid, the girl in the pigtails. I could see them being made as well. But yeah, we've also got a little YouTooz trailer to show you. And before I show it, I just want to say the music is one of the best pieces we've had ever, I think, in Little Nightmares ever, because it's just amazing. It really does remind me of Little Nightmares. It's incredible. So I'll just play it for you right now. So as you guys saw, that music was incredible, right? It was amazing. I really did like that piece of music. Right, so next we're going to move on to the Little Nightmares 1 minifigure collection by Gecko. The reason I'm talking about this now is because it's now available for pre-order. I also did forgot to mention that the link for the Little Nightmares YouTooz, or the page for it, will be in the link in the description if you guys do want to check it out. And the link for these figures will be in the link in the description as well. So if we have a look at the screenshot here from Bandai Namco Entertainment Europe, it says, "Tiny, terrifying, totally collectible. The hashtag Little Nightmares minifigure collection box is now available for pre-order." So this is made by Gecko, or Gecko, not really sure how you pronounce it, but yeah, the figures look amazing. So we've got the twin chefs over on the left, we got 6 on her books in the middle left, then we got the gnome holding the sausage, which is one of my personal favourites, then we got the lady, and we've got the guests, as well as 6 on some plates, and the janitor on the right. I've already ordered these as well. I ordered them all in one day, so it's cost me about, I don't know, like a lot of money, like £200, something like that. But it's cost me a lot of money, but it's worth it, because these all look incredible. So as I said, the link in the description will be available. Will be in a link in the description, and they are available to pre-order now. The next piece of news is some news that was released a while ago, or like a bit ago now. So the Anime Festival, Anime Game Festival Asia, if you guys remember me talking about that. Yeah, I thought that this was where the Little Nightmares 3 release date would be released, but I've changed that now to Summer Game Fest instead, because I think Anime Game Festival, so there's just going to be a demo there. Yeah, the demo is going to be incredible. I know it is. I'm unfortunately not going. I would love to go, but you know, I'm not going. But the reason we know Little Nightmares 3 is going to be a demo there is because they've literally released their Anime Festival Asia game lineup that they have for 2025. So by Bandai Namco, this is the Bandai Namco section. So we've got Shadow Labyrinth, Tamagotchi Plaza, and Digimon Story Time Stranger, and as well, obviously, the most important one, Little Nightmares 3. So we've got Little Nightmares 3 on there available for a demo. Also, there will be a Bandai Namco booth where Little Nightmares 3 stickers and a pin will be available. So, as we can see up there, we got Little Nightmares 3 badge and sticker sheet. So yeah, maybe not a pin, but a badge, you know. It's got Lone Alone on it. And the sticker collection looks very cool. The sticker pack. So we got Lone Alone. Looks like they're holding hands. Then we got Low firing his bow and arrow. Then we get Alone picking up something from the floor. We got the Monster Baby. We got Alone. We got Low using his umbrella. And we got Low on the floor, which is interesting. Looks like he needs resin, like from Fortnite. But you know, that's interesting because maybe there'll be a revive feature in Little Nightmares 3. You know, we don't know until the game releases. So now, guys, we start to move on to the more exciting news, in my opinion. So the first piece is the fact that a showing called Kanega. I'm very sorry if I butchered that name, but Senega, maybe something like that. But yeah, they've confirmed that a premiere for Little Nightmares 3 will be shown from the 13th to the 15th of June. So I'll read out the thing now. So it says, Kanega, or maybe it's Kanega. Yeah, Kanega invites you to Pyrkon 2025, Pyrkon 2025, something like that. And it says, play Little Nightmares 3 and Shadow Labyrinth before the premiere. So that part before the premiere is very important, as a premiere of a game usually takes place from a few weeks to a month before the release of something. So if you were to see, I don't know, let me use an example. If you were to see a premiere of Little Nightmares 2, you would have probably seen it in January 2021, and then the game was obviously released in February 2021. So we could be seeing Little Nightmares 3 in the next few months, which is incredible. So yeah, a premiere there will be shown. So I don't think you'll be able to play it, but you will be able to see it. So by the 13th, I'm expecting to get a release date. I'm really confident with that. And finally, for the most interesting news. Around last year, I made a video about how I thought that Little Nightmares 3 release date would be released at Summer Game Fest 2024. This is the video where I butchered Jeff Cayley's name by calling him Geoff Cayley, like the idiot I am. But yeah, Summer Game Fest 2025 is being hosted by Jeff Cayley once again. And yeah, so you guys obviously remember Summer Game Fest. It's just to show an assortment of trailers for upcoming games within the year. Will we get Little Nightmares 3? I am confident that we will get Little Nightmares 3 on the 6th of June, which is obviously the day of Summer Game Fest 2025, for 3 main reasons. The first reason is that Little Nightmares 1 is on a 75% discount on the Summer Game Fest section on the PS Store. So as we can see from this tweet here, it shows that a PlayStation Store, and it shows that a Summer Game Fest has its own discount section. On this discount section, Little Nightmares is featured and is 75% off. So, you know, you can get it for $5, which is maybe like £3 in the UK, which is incredible, you know. So not only are you getting the game for basically free, but also, oh my god, Little Nightmares is being featured there. Why would they just randomly chuck, out of every single game they could put on sale, why would they just randomly pick up Little Nightmares, chuck it into the discount box, if Little Nightmares 3 had nothing to do, or the Little Nightmares franchise had nothing to do with Summer Game Fest? So, yeah, you know, that's just backed up my point, like, by miles, you know? So, why, you know, so that basically confirms it for me. But, you know, there's even more evidence. So, it has been a year since the delay of Little Nightmares 3, which is insane. Loads of time has passed. I remember the date from the top of my head, May 31st, right? So, very sad day, but obviously we learned with time that this is for the best. So it just makes sense to me that we will be getting a release date for Little Nightmares 3 around the year after the first delay. And then the third and final piece of evidence that we have for Little Nightmares 3 being shown at Summer Game Fest is the fact that the 2025 partners for Summer Game Fest has been confirmed. So there's the picture. There's an assortment of companies on there that will be showing games. If you can see, it says Bandai Namco at the top and Supermassive Games at the bottom. What are the chances that Bandai Namco and Supermassive Games, the two companies behind Little Nightmares 3, being in the same showing at the same time? It's, you know, it's common sense to think that Little Nightmares 3 will be shown at there, as two companies working together on a game in the exact same place at the exact same time. The chance of the both companies being in one showing and not giving us anything for Little Nightmares 3 is extremely, extremely low. So, guys, that is it for this video. We had a lot of insane news today, and I am very excited for tomorrow, which is Summer Game Fest, the 6th of June. But yeah, only time will tell if all of this news, well, most of this news that I've said in this video is complete, drivel, it's complete nonsense, or it's factual. You know, we're hoping towards the factual bit of the choices. But yeah, guys, we won't know until tomorrow. But I am pretty sure that Little Nightmares 3 will be shown tomorrow. In fact, I've even made my own prediction for the release of Little Nightmares 3. So I don't know if this is a bit early, but I strongly believe that Little Nightmares 3 will be releasing on Friday, August 22nd. My reasons behind this is I don't think they're going to release it in September. Neither do I think they're going to release it in July. July just seems a bit too early for the game to release. And obviously, you know, Little Nightmares 3, the age rating on it is 16. People 16 to what? 18, 19? They're still in school. So, you know, it only makes sense to me that they would release it on a day that's non-school day. July, people are in school from basically the whole month. September is the month where everyone goes back, but August is the month where you're off for the whole entire thing of it. So that's what makes me think that it will be released during that time, so we can get more sales, more playing time, because, you know, most of the community is age 16, 17, 15, you know, around that area. So yeah, as well, it's definitely not going to release in June, because again, that's way too early. I don't think it's going to release in October either. Even though you know, it's the time of Halloween, and yeah, I understand the thought process behind that. It's the time of Halloween. Little Nightmares 3 is a horror game. The connections between it, they're unmissable. But number one, I think that is really late into the year, and I don't think they would do it that late. Two, people would be back in school, for my reasons, you know, earlier. And yeah, that's about it for my reasoning why I think it's going to be August. It's late August as well, so it gives the Supermassive and Bandai to promote the game for enough time, drop a few new trailers every now and then. But yeah, guys, as I said, only time will tell if I'm right. It may well be released in July or September or October. But, you know, we will never know. Honestly, I would prefer for the game to be released in August. But if it's not, there's no big deal. You know, the game's released when it is released. There's no rush to them. So yeah, guys, that's going to be the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this possible last news video of Little Nightmares 3. Well, honestly, as I said multiple times, only time will tell if this will be the last news video. So guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you do enjoy my content, make sure you subscribe and like the video, and comment if you do want to see more content from me. So guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.